Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Here we go. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't a crazy, crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The Bengals at 7-5 now in the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
John Hightower now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They begin with a run by Mixon.
Up to the 20. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Here we go, 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They'll set up to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
He's got room past the 30.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing them. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Here we go.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Burrow will throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
On the return from his end zone is Grant.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out.
And he gets this all the way down to the 20. What a return. Almost broke it for 6.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
3.5 to go, first quarter. Watson off play action. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now Burrow on first down.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
11, mighty.
Mixing up the middle. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Down inside the 10.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Stop.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good, and the deficit will hold at 15. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw, Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the 1st half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Watson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 13. A big pickup of 38.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Felton. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
50 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ball game.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hightower not going to attempt a run back, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow over the middle. That's caught by Chase.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
On 1, ready?
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Hey, can.
Now it's Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Watson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
11, MT, Pate. 11, Tom.
1st down. Here's Burrow. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Sliding out of the pocket to Mixon on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
11, Thomas.
Burrow looking to pass. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A nice pickup there, 19 yards, and they're set up better for third.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 12, 12, 12. Gotta go. Stop.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will cut the lead down to 15. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So
he's got a man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
They run again on first down, Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run it again with Chubb. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 24 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Off of play action, it's Watson on the move to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another good reception there, and the Browns on the march. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hightower not going to attempt a run back, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Plenty of success in this game already. 2 touchdown catches, but that was a very dangerous throw. But you have to understand, with 2 catches already for touchdowns, they're going to try and force it to him at times as well.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, he shifts past him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might... some of the backups a little bit of work done. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
They'll try and run the option left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon.
And the Browns have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
11 MP.
Burrow will throw. He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Mixon with a first down carry. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And now off to the races down the right side. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away at incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Watson now to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
On the move past the 40, and he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
The pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Steps away. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Browns are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
The handoff to Ford up the middle, and he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Again, they turn to Ford. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes. So
oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Bengals have recovered it.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Another big gainer, 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possible.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now the Bengals on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Watson off play action. Rolling to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this back?
And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns will take over here
as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Browns drive about to get started. They will start this drive with Ford. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 73 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he stopped immediately there. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. This defense tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
On second down now, Felton. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They pitch it to Chubb, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Cade York on now for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And they take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah.